Hi, dear ones. This is Inauguration Week, and at RCRC, we wanted to offer a way for us to join our hearts in a spirit of prayer and meditation as we go through this time of transition in our country after so many months of chaos and crisis, one after another. Times like these don't always lend themselves to responding. Often what we're doing instead is reacting to whatever is going on in the moment. And I know I felt pulled into this as well. So recently, I asked one of my spiritual mentors for some help in thinking through what do we do in these times when something happens that's so disruptive and frightening to get to a place of spiritual centeredness and calm. And so she offered these 3 steps that I wanted to offer you because they've been really helpful for me. So the first step is you have to acknowledge the seriousness of what it is that's happening. She said, if we try to tell our brains that it's not a big deal, they will actually rebel against that because our brains are smart and they know when something seriously threatening is going on. So we have to acknowledge what it is that is happening. Step 2 is we have to use some of that adrenaline that often gets triggered in these moments that are so frightening for us. And so adrenaline is a hormone that causes us to fight, flight, or freeze. And if we don't work through using that energy up, it can be very difficult to get to a meditative or prayerful state. So her recommendation was to do something active. That could be a few jumping jacks or sit-ups or a walk or a run so that we can get to step 3, which is entering into that contemplative place where we can receive divine guidance. That's different for everybody. For you, that might be prayer, that might be listening to music, journaling, meditation, deep breathing, whatever it is, where we can get to that open state of asking for divine guidance. So those are the 3 steps. So I'm going to lead us into step 3, but if you are experiencing step 1 or 2 right now, you can pause and come back. But we're going to join our hearts together in a spirit of meditation and prayer, just briefly. So find a comfortable seat or lying down position, wherever you're comfortable. And we'll close our eyes if that feels good and start tuning into the breath. And as we do that, I want you to imagine your heart space in your chest. And I want you to visualize opening up that heart space just a little bit, just enough to let some light in. And we're going to together invite the divine in. We're asking for divine love to enter into that heart space. Because we know right now in these times, what we need is more love and less fear. Holy One, we call you by many names, but we come together in a spirit of prayer to ask for your divine love that guides us in wisdom and that brings us peace. Collectively, we have been through so much over the last year, and many of us are feeling tired, burned out, overwhelmed, and even hopeless. We open up our hearts and invite your divine love in to transmute the fear and the anxiety that we feel about the future and turn it into hope and trust that we can be the people who create a more loving, more compassionate, and just world. That as we seek your divine guidance and wisdom, that we can ensure that our thoughts and our actions and our words align with who it is that you have called us to be. In these coming days, we ask for your peace for ourselves and our communities, our country, and our world. Let us be people who value and center compassion and justice and the belief that there is enough for everyone, and that you would continue to lead us in ways that transform our ways of relating to one another as human beings, that we would remember how interconnected all of us are with each other, and as we care and love for each other, we love and care for ourselves. We have such deep gratitude for your presence that never leaves us, that always guides us in truth and love. Help us to be the people you called us to be. Amen. Please know how grateful we are for all of you, that we are praying for your well-being and safety in the days ahead. And please remember to always come back to that heart space whenever you need guidance. Thanks so much for spending a little bit of time with us today. Take good care, and we'll talk soon.